I suppose as a parent, I'm supremely worried about the online and technology harms. And to a person on the street, Minister, it seems that we do have a wait-and-see approach. Child welfare, I feel quite often, is dismissed due to our dependence on tech companies in the Irish economy, not by the government, but that's what it's seen as quite regularly. We see younger and younger children are accessing mental health supports. We have to see the correlation between social media, online harms and our children's mental health. Minister, I do see this as a public health issue. Glad to hear that you are using this as a priority at the European presidency, because we have to make this a priority.
Look, I'm a parent as well, and I'm not happy with what's happening, particularly at the EU level. This came up at the EU Council last week, and there was a huge shift in attitude. And I spoke to the Commissioner. I made it very clear we have a priority, just one priority, and that I've laid out very clearly. And everything else that the Commission want us to do as a government in the area of communications, postal and everything else will be predicated on their commitment to working with us on this. If they don't work with us on this, we won't work with them on that. And that's the way I'm going to play ball.
There is a strong line that you're taking on this is really, really positive, that this is the single line of importance from your department for the European presidency. It's really important that we take a zero-tolerance approach to this. We look after our children. As I said, this is a public health issue. Damage that is caused to our children now will stay with them. But I also extend it to online social media in general, to all of us in the country. Things that people would say online, you wouldn't dare say to us as you walk down the street. And if you can't say it to someone's face, you shouldn't be saying it online. And I said there's not one person in this House that has been a victim to nonsense being said about them online, and then when you meet them in person, they're as quiet as Moses. So we have to really stand tall, make sure that we put pressure on our digital media companies to stamp it out. They have a responsibility.
I agree entirely with you, and just want to restate for anyone who didn't hear it, if a common approach is not possible at EU level, I'll seek government approval to take action at a national level. And the sad reality is that the Commission, the European institutions, have left it to individual member states to act here unilaterally. That's not how Europe should work. This should not be any other question other than the protection of the European child. And at the moment, that is not the case.